I started out, and the first time I drank, I was 13 years old. And the thing about my drinking was the first time I drank, I got drunk. And I vividly remember being invited to a party. I was in the 7th grade, and a friend of mine's sister bought us a pint of Old Forester. And there were 4 of us boys. We went under a bridge right on the way to this party and twisted the top off of it, and I watched the first 2 boys open it, take a sip, both of them spit it out. It burned their mouth, said, "Oh, this stuff is awful." And I said, "Here, give it to me." And I distinctively remember taking a big swallow, swallowing it, it burned going down, but all of a sudden I was warm inside. And I said, "This is great, give me that bottle." My 3 friends that were there were all amazed. They said, "You like that stuff?" And I said, "That's nothing wrong with this." And I proceeded to drink almost all of the bottle myself. We went on to a party. I proceeded to get sick, get all kinds of attention at the party with vomit all over myself. I was taken home that night. I was met by my mother. She asked what happened, and it was the start of a lot of enabling that was very characteristic of my relationship with my mother, because when I told her I'd been drinking, I said, "Someone spiked the punch," and she said, "Oh, you poor baby, come in here, let me give you an aspirin, an Alka-Seltzer, go to sleep." I woke up the next morning. She met me with an aspirin and a glass of water, and it was not my fault. It was somebody else's fault, and I learned how to make my behavior somebody else's fault and not be responsible from that point on. And after that, anytime I drank to get drunk. I never was a social drinker. And I remember I'd get up when I was in college, and I'd go into the bathroom, and I'd look in the mirror, and I looked like I felt like and I'd say, "This stuff's just got to stop. You can't go on like that." And then I'd say, "Yeah, but not today." And I had no hope. I had nowhere to go. One of the sad things is I'd sit around with my roommates, and we had these pathetic dreams. Oh yeah, someday one of my roommates thought he was going to get a trust fund at 30, and he said, "I'm going to get this yacht, and it's going to be you and me on the yacht, when I'm 30. And I'm thinking, dude, I ain't going to make 30, at the rate I'm going. I really didn't think I was, but the dreams that I had and the outlooks were just sad, very pitiful. For the first time, I was around people that I felt understood me. At that first meeting, there were people talking that started introducing the concept of a higher power, and that there is something greater than all of us, and that all I needed to know is that my thinking, my best intentions and actions had gotten me to that room. And it was not hard for me to look back and know and see what those were, but that when I sat in these rooms, I felt something different, and that it was a power that was stronger than me that could help me get sober and stay sober one day at a time. And that became the basis of my spiritual beginning in the program. I say all the time, I didn't quit because I didn't like it. Obviously, I loved using, I loved all of that, but I couldn't handle it. And I still remember it like it's yesterday. It's been almost 32 years since I've had a mind-changing chemical, and you can tell, I'm sure, just from talking to me, I can still feel it like it was. And I don't hate it, I still love it, but I know I can't handle it and I can't use today. And the gifts and the program have given me so much more that it's not worth it. Things were going good, and the next day was a Saturday, and it's coincidental, but it was my birthday. And you remember, my sobriety was very close to my birthday, and this day was my birthday, and the pastor of our church lived in our neighborhood, and it was a Saturday morning, and he said, "Listen," and Lily Faye is his wife's name, and I are going to be having a couple people over. Why don't you stop by and have some orange juice and cookies or whatever at 10 in the morning? So we walked over there, and we had that and had a little prayer, and then just out of the blue, he looked at me and he said, "Pat, tell me, about your walk with the Lord, and are you a Christian?" And I said, "I'm in AA. I've been sober 15 years, and I think I am. I'm not sure." And then he just said, "Well, you can have it right now if you want to." And he put his hands out like this, and everybody put their hands out, and he said, you can repeat this to yourself or you can repeat it after me. It doesn't matter. And he started saying the sinner's prayer, and the Lord moved into me, and I said it right then, and I was saved. And my life changed on that moment, and there were very significant things that happened. I stopped having a foul mouth. That was not a decision I made. It just got removed from me, and it's a sign that I've seen and known that, you know, the Holy Spirit was in my life, and my relationships became deeper and closer with my wife and children, and I started wanting to go to church. I started wanting to have a neighborhood Bible study. I started wanting to read the Bible, and you know, my life's been blessed in a million ways. I talked earlier about the sad dreams I had at age 20, and hopes and goals, and the life I've had, and the dreams come true so far exceed anything I could have even fantasized, that I would be blessed with the experiences and the quality of life and the opportunities that God has given me. And I believe it's because of sobriety and committing these steps in Jesus Christ.